Yeah, good morning. This is Bang Bang Hill. Yeah, years ago, when I was in my Borstal, we used to everybody. Well, say everybody. I didn't have it done yet, maybe, but most of them had a little dot, a little blue dot put on their cheek, just a Borstal dot, and it was one of the things that just happened. I mean, I wonder if tattoos started off in prison. Did they all start off in prison on boats and things like that? Or where does it come from? Did it come from China? Did it come from Japan? Tattoos. Everybody's into tattoos at the minute. Love tattoos on their legs, on their back, on their arms, on their thighs. But it looks really nice. You know what I mean? It looks nice, and it ain't that really expensive. Um, Most of the ones I had these ones done, these little champs, in my YP. I had a couple of others done at a guy called Georgie Bone years ago. He's a bit old now. He isn't that good like he used to be. I've had a few on my chest done from in prison when I was in Albany. And you know, and when you come out, you see lots of people with tattoos now. They look really, really nice. Really, I mean, on the even on their face and their heads, look the business. You know, on their neck, and you know, on the back. I'm gonna have one put on my back of my mum. Yeah, my mum's dead. Rest in peace, my mum. Doris, rest in peace, my darling. I'm gonna have one put on my back of my mum. Big face of my mum on my back. Yeah, I don't want it on my chest because it's not. It's more flat at the back. You can get better. It's better, you know. I'm gonna put a big tattoo on my back. And the other day, I've known him a bit of time. My mate Alan Dean, UK Tattoos. Does anybody know UK Tattoos? He's got about 4 shops, yeah. And I went and talked to him the other day. I'm going to put it on my podcast when it's all over, his address and his emails and all that, or whatever it is, so you can get in touch with him. And just mention my name, and you might go and get a discount or whatever, you know what I mean? You never know. And he's a nice fella, Alan Dean, yeah. And the other day I was talking to him about it. He said, "Look, you know, why not come to one of my shops and do a podcast of people in there having their tattoos done? You know what I mean? He can talk to a couple of the tattoo artists, and it is an art. I mean, it's not anybody can do that. You know what I mean? It's an art by itself, yeah, with a gun. And my mate Alan Dean makes his own guns, makes his own tattoo guns. He's been doing it for years. I mean, he's been doing it about 40 years, tattoos, you know what I mean? But he's got them all over his body. And I mean, I look at someone's around his neck, around his head. They look really, really good, yeah. And do you know, like the worst thing about tattoos when you leave prison and places like that, you know, like silly ones have on my hand. If you're active and you're doing armed robberies, you know, a little spot on your cheek can give it away. You know what I mean? You don't know, they can give it away. But tattoos on the hands, the worst thing. When you go to pubs, bars, clubs, and all that, and girls, you see tattoos on your hands. It's not nice, you know what I mean? So a lot of people just do it from the wrist upwards. Like me, I've got prison tattoos. I mean, you know they're prison tattoos, and people know you've been in prison. It's not nice sometimes, even like when you're going straight. I mean, I've gone straight down. You meet nice people, and as soon as they look at your hands, even my face now. I mean, but as soon as they look at your hands, they know something ain't right. They know like the prison tattoos, or maybe he was in the army, or maybe he was in the navy. Sometimes I said to people, "Yeah, I was in the army," as you know, and then I had my tattoos done there, done in China, done in the Philippines, and all them sorts of things. You know, when I went over there, but obviously a lot of people look at them and see what they are. They are prison tattoos, yeah. Anyway, my mate Alan Dean, nice guy, nice guy. I've been to a couple of meals with him. I was supposed to go last week, but I had another engagement. I had to go and see some people about my book, yeah. So I didn't go. He's a nice guy. People, I will put his thing on the front of my video. Alan Dean, he's a nice guy, man. He's such a nice guy, and his tattoos are unbelievable. Like he's Tattoo UK, yeah, but his tattoos are the best, mate. I mean, the colours are just so real, yeah, man, so nice. And when he puts a tattoo on, they're there forever, mate. They're proper. Because a lot of them fade, don't they? You look at people, mine are all faded, you know, the colours have all gone. I might get them recoloured, a bit of luck. you know. But I wanted to say I want a big tattoo on my back. I know it's going to cost me a lot of money, but I'm not bothered about that. It's my mum. People, I mean, there's loads of people out there that want tattoos done of their mum, their dad, you know, and all them sort of things. And my mate Alan Dean is the best person to go to, Tattoo UK, and he's fantastic at what he does, you know. And furthermore to that, the guy is a gentleman. I went to a big car show with him in over at Ascot. He was selling all classic cars, and he was there with his girlfriend, and he's he's heart, man, as big as they come, yeah. And his girlfriend, you know, she's been with him quite some time, and she was talking to him about getting engaged and all that on that day, about getting engaged, and he's going all that, and all of a sudden he bottled her hand and took her for a walk, and they had this big place there that they were selling diamond rings, but only diamond rings, you know what I mean? And he took her in. He said, "Come, quick, come in here." He bought her a nice 3 stone diamond engagement ring, and it was beautiful. You know what I mean? To just do that, you know, out of the blue, pulled her hand. He'd had a walk around. He'd seen what he'd seen, and took her in there. And said, "What do you want, darling?" And he knew exactly what she liked. Yeah, and the guy is like that. You know what I mean? It was so nice of him to do that. I was sitting with him, and all of a sudden, he said that to her, "Come, we're going to go out for a walk." And all this, that, and the other. And then she come back, face, man, it was like all tears, you know, tears in her eyes and everything like that. But he looks after her. And he's looked, when I say looks after her, he's bought her this, he's bought her that. I mean, as guys do. But, you know, he's such a good arty guy. And I thought I had to do something about him today. A little video. Just to show my appreciation for the way the guy is. You know, he's a proper nice guy. Alan Dean. He's a big guy. He's a big guy. Heart of gold. I think he's one of the old bikers, you know, one of the bikers from years ago. He don't got no bikes now. He drives proper nice cars. And he was talking. He said to me, "Look, have you passed your driving test?" Well, years ago, when I got down for this big robbery, and I rammed all the police cars and everything out of the way, and the lorries I had, and I ran them, smashed them all out of the way, and I lost my license. Yeah, the judge indefinitely took my license from me. But when I come out after my IPP, I've done nearly 10 years IPP. I've done nearly 10 years on the road now, you know. So, and I got hold of a probation officer, and we got sorted out. I had to go to court and get my license back, but not my license. I got a provisional license. They sent me a provisional license, saying that I've got to go for all that rigmarole you got to go through now. So I mean, all this theory, you know. I thought, oh no. So I looked at the theory, and I thought I'm going to do it, you know. But I put it aside because I already had a license. I thought, oh. Anyway, I'm a good driver, but I've got to go for the theory now. So I just realised, you know, I live in a beautiful, beautiful place. It's right out in the countryside. There isn't no pavements. There isn't any buses. Buses are 2 mile away, 3 mile away. So I've just decided now I'm going to get a car. I'm going to do the theory. Alan Dean said to me that, "Look, Ray, you pass your test and I'll give you a car." He said, "I've got my own cars," he said, "laying in there. I know that they know that they're this, they're that, but I'll give you a nice car, yeah, but pass your driving test." He's got a big heart, you know what I mean? And why can't I do this for him, you know what I mean? Why can't I just do this for my mate Alan Dean, Tattoo UK, you know, and he is the best. He is the best. There's people listening to my podcast now, or listening to my video now, that know Alan Dean very well. He's a nice guy. He's a proper gentleman. And you can have it, you know, just put my name, Bang Bang Ray Hill, when you go into the shop. I'm sure you'll get a discount or whatever. He'll give you, you know, he's a nice guy, you know, and I think he's got 4 shops. 4 shops. As I say, I'll put it on the front of my video of his Tattoo UK and all that on it, and just, you know, go through it and have a look, you know. And anyway, this is Bang Bang Rail. Please press the like button and subscribe, but do me a favour. do that, what I just said. Try and get in contact with Alan Dean and Tattoo UK. But not only that, but me being in prison for all my life, yeah, most of my life, I've been about prisons, and the people in there are so talented, you know, really, really talented, good artists, good painters, good at everybody in prison is good at something, believe it or not. Everybody's good at something, but a lot of the guys that go in prison learn art, yeah? Learn their art and this, that, and that. They even learn how to do tattoos. I've seen them make tattoo pen. Well, I've had tattoos done from in prison, yeah. But I've seen them make them out of elastic bands and pins and all that, and you wouldn't believe what they make. And they're fantastic artists. So if you know anybody in there that's doing it, I mean, give Alan Dean a call. I mean, because he's always looking for some people, good tattoo artists, to work. Who want to work. It's fantastic, you know what I mean, to give people that opportunity, to give them the chance to get on in their life, you know. Listen, we all need the opportunity. Work's very hard to get hold of. Money's very hard to get hold of now. And there is going to be a big recession very, very soon. Everybody knows that. And to do this, get into something you can do, artist, painter, decorator, get into something. Forget about all the robberies now. Forget about all that. Forget about all the gangsterism. Forget about all the villainy, and just go straight and earn your money, yeah? Earn your money straight. Do what you got to do. Pay your taxes. This, that, I know it's the taxes that they take liberties with us. I mean, you got all these people now, people, like myself, at a certain age, that the government give money so you can survive over the winter. Survive over the winter. They're giving you £300 to survive over the winter. How can you survive on £300? I mean, they're saying they give you £300 for your gas, your electric, and a bit of your food. That's a joke. But most people, my age and ages a lot older, have got families, and I'd just like to say, look after your mum, look after your dad, because don't forget, mate, when you was born, up to the age of whatever, your mum, your dad looked after you, yeah? They're the ones that suffered, yeah? They're the ones that went to work 24/7. They're the ones that put food on your table. They're the ones that put clothes on your back. They're the ones that give you nappies and all this, that and the other, yeah? So they're the people you got to stand by. You got to help mums, you got to help dads. It's okay, it's all, I know mums and dads sometimes get on your back, get on your nerves, but there's your mum and your dad. They brought you up. They give you everything that you could ever want. They could afford you. If they couldn't afford it, they went out to get it for you. Like a lot of guys, believe it or not, there's a lot of guys in prison, more low in my days than there is today, because a lot of it's about drugs today. But in my days, guys would go out and get money for their wives, their kids and all that, and then get their birds, their girlfriends on the side, as they did, as we all did, yeah. Going to clubs, but everyone respected their wives, and not also you've got to respect your mum, you've got to respect your dad, you've got to look after them. Yeah, winter's here. It's starting to get cold now. Yeah, don't forget your old mum is sitting indoors. Maybe she's got central heating. Hopefully she has, because this is what it is like today. Most mums and dads have got central heating, but they've still got to pay the bills. So you're out there, you're working. Go and see your mum. Drop your mum 50 quid. Drop her a nice red one, yeah? Drop her a nice red 50 quid now and again. Make sure she's comfortable. Take a little bit of food around the house. Make sure she's comfortable with food, right? And the dog and the cat, make sure they're all fed, because mum would do the same thing for you. If you was ill and you had nothing, your mum or your dad would be around your house looking after you. So look after mum and dad. Don't forget that. Mum and dad is the most important person you could ever meet, yeah? They're the best people in the world, mate. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Radio. Please press the like button and subscribe, and good morning, yeah?